What up, you guys? Slim here at Team Purple Panda. As you can see, I have my rock stars again. Thank God. I went to the store, caught myself a 24 pack. I'm good. I swear there ain't nothing better when you're about to make some videos, some raw ass energy. Okay. Next video we're doing today, we're doing, this is also shout out to eHero King 1. We're going to be doing another deck discussion. I'm kind of surprised this one came so late. We're going to be doing plants, Tengu plants, whatever the fuck you want to call them, versus 6 Samurai. Which is the better deck and why? Shout out to my boy CJ, the Dueling Prodigies. I actually had to ask him his honest opinion. He is a Sam player, and unfortunately for myself, I've never used Sams against plants, so I really didn't know. So I had to, get some information from him and then use some of my logical reasoning in this game. So we're going to break them down real quick. Plants are a bitch. They go Lone Fire to Dandy, Lone Fire to whatever, Lone Fire to Spore. They have Debris Dragon. They have Glow Up Bulb. They have Reborn Tengu for days. They have Pot of Avarice to recycle everything with Hyper Librarian. Exactly. They draw for days, pluses for days. They don't run a lot of back row. 6 Samurai. Kageki to Kagemusha, make Shiin. Kazan to Kagemusha, make Barkian. Whatever you wanted to call it, special summon Grandmaster, use Yaichi depending on your build, beat down with Samurais, negate spells and traps with Shiin, double-edge shit back, and yada yada yada. Okay, so now comparing the two decks. I kind of broke down how they both play. Here's the thing with Samurais, they usually like going first most of the time, to set up for Shiin, a couple back row. Plants are funny. Plants are, we'll set this and end. Here's the reason why, when I break it down, and in my honest opinion, I know I haven't even gone 2 minutes into the video, the answer is that plants are the better deck, and here is why. I was asking CJ, I was asking him, I thought Sams were better, I would think something that can negate spells was better. He told me yes. The thing is, though, plants don't run a lot of traps, so they're not so worried about Shiin or Barkian. It's their monster effects that nuke Shiin and Samurais in general. Samurais only run maybe 1, 2, maybe sometimes you'll see 3 Magatama. Other than that, though, they don't run a lot of negation for destruction. So when a plant player, gets dandy tokens, and then they synchro for like, a Black Rose or something, it gets like, it gets ridiculous. It's like, wow, it's like, how am I supposed to get around, a deck like this when I'm not able to, basically make my plays. Like, Black Rose comes out and it's like, fuck, everything gets blown up. And it's like, what happens if you don't have Magatama or a way to negate that? You're kind of sunk. See, that's the thing, is that plants have an advantage of being able to bait out the opponent's plays and bait out cards like there's no tomorrow. You know that a plant player would love for someone to Solemn Warning the Reborn Tengu, and you're like, what? Yeah, that's exactly it. They want you to waste your 2 warnings because you're not getting them back, and then they're free to summon whatever they want. They run Pot of Avarice, you guys. They recycle for days. Samurai's recycling is done through double-edged sword technique, where they can re-special summon. Problem being, when the speed factor comes into it, plants have that consistency of being able to survive for turns and turns and turns, and Glow Up Bulb being in their deck, Spore being in their deck, makes it one of the most broken decks around because they're able to synchro out of like tough situations. Samurais unfortunately cannot. Samurais can make, Trishula, Shiin, Barkian, Beast, whatever they need to make, but they don't last long enough. That's the problem that I see. With plants have, their Debris engine, their Dandy, their everything. Tengu being in that deck is just broken as sin because they're able to play out of really tough situations. Think about it like this, you've got a Samurai player who's got Shiin, Grandmaster, and maybe a Kazan out. Say they have 1 Magatama or something in the back row. Okay, if you MST it and, Shiin negates and then you do Dark Hole, you Magatama. Okay, cool. But say they go Debris to Dandelion, Black Rose, they've just blown up your whole field and they got 2 tokens. You have nothing left on your field. It's plays like that that make plants ridiculously broken. Like, honestly, you guys, it's ridiculous. That's why the deck is so good. I honestly think that plants do hold the advantage because a lot of their effects trigger in the grave, and Shiin cannot negate effects. They don't have a monster that can negate effects, and that's where 6 Samurais are lacking right now. I think they're both very good decks. I used to run Sams. I never ran into plants. So, and Tengu wasn't out back in the day when I was running 6 Samurai, so unfortunately, I don't know, what people were referring to when they say, oh, it's so much better now. And, that's like the thing is that, plants have changed so much, 6 Samurais have changed so much, so like I said, in my honest opinion, plants are the better deck because they're more consistent and they get out of situations that samurais can't get out of. That's the thing. Samurais sometimes cannot get out of to really tough situations. Yes, they have negation with Shein, but you can't negate effects, and that's where Six Samurai falls short. Hence why sometimes they lose to Gravekeeper because they can't ward off those effects. Those effects are what really nuke samurais. If anyone wants to know the secret to beating samurais, beat them with effects, not with spells and traps. Beat them with effect monsters. For plants, beat them with Necro Valley or with D-Fissure. That's all you got to do. They're wrecked. If samurais do run D-Fissure, though, this is another interesting fact. Then they will win. Then they will easily beat plants. Plants resolve in the graveyard, take a graveyard away, they got nothing left. But in standard samurai and standard plant, plants are the better deck, and that's just my honest opinion. If anyone wants to argue with me on that, go ahead. I don't run either of the decks anymore, so I have no idea. I'm just going off of what CJ told me and just common knowledge of the game and how one deck is superior to the other. So once again, shout out to CJ, the Dueling Prodigies, those are my boys, and shout out to eHero King 1 for the suggestion. My honest answer for you is that plants are the better deck because Tengu plants has consistency that Six Samurais do not. Six Samurai are very consistent, but their consistency lacks in comparison to plants because they can't get themselves out of tough situations, whereas plants can with Glow Up Bulb or Spore or whatever else they have. So that's all I got to say, you guys. Please leave me your feedback below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree or disagree, and why? And yeah, that's all I got to say. So check this video out. Let me know what you guys think. Please consider to rate, comment, subscribe, and thumb things up. And thank you for watching.